Dear viewers, here we come again, the voice of the voiceless, Pwani PVV, Pwani voice of the voiceless. And again, we are here with our news reporter, Nema Temuko Nasimio, shooting right from Kilifi, in our beautiful serene of the Indian Ocean. We want to speak about gender-based violence and how it impacts on the mental health of the children and how it impacts negatively on their education and some of the ways we can do to address gender-based violence. Nema, our reporter, please, how do you think gender-based violence affects the mental state of the children? Let us start with the mental state of the children first.
There are many things that a child dreams of doing. I can dream of finishing my education. I can dream of starting up a business. I can dream of becoming a good dancer. But
or a fashion designer.
But what happens if I see my parents quarreling? I see them beating up each other. I see my parents getting out of the fight with scars in her body. Of course, I will get disturbed.
Mentally.
My brain will be bugging me. I will have a lot of thoughts, a lot of questions in my thoughts of what? Why is this happening to me? I will think that I'm the only one in this world. No one is with me. If I run to this aunt, she chases me away. If I run to this aunt, she chases me. If I go here, she abuses me. She makes me like her maid, and yet I'm her blood relative. You see, this thing really affects the child mentally, because if I'm affected and I'm a bright student, I will start dropping in my examinations. The teachers will be wondering, like, what's wrong with this girl? Has she engaged herself in bad things, in drugs? And it's not drugs, it's the marital conflicts in my family. Apart from that, it cannot only be marital conflicts, also quarrels with my parents. My parents can be taking drugs. So like, they come at home, they beat me up. I haven't done anything wrong. That will also affect me. I will be like, why is it me all the time? Why this, why that? My parents have the money, yet I can't get what I want because they beat me up all the time. It can also make me run away from my family.
Okay. And put you in danger out there. Good. So apart from mentally, how do you think gender-based violence affects children in terms of their schooling or future life?
For example, I get beaten by my parents. I will run away. Remember, they're the ones who pay for my education. I have run away. I've gone to the outside world. What if I find someone random and asks me to have sex with him in order for me to get money?
Or rapes you?
Or rapes me? Let's just go to the act of having sex in order for me to earn money. I will rush to that because I have no source of food. I have no source of anything. I'll rush to that decision. Apart from that, what if I get raped? My future is damaged. Like, if you watch these soap operas, there are those which are good, there are those which are bad. You'll find a person struggles and struggles. That person was raped, but she still works hard for her to get. Yes, I will have been raped, but I won't have that mind because I'm still a kid. I won't have that mind of
seeking help.
I will keep quiet because maybe that person has threatened me and told me, if you do this, you will die. If you do this, I'll kill your parents. And you don't want any bad for your parents. So it's better we address this issue
of gender-based violence.
GBV should be addressed immediately.
Yes.
Without any delays.
Our news reporter, we have heard very recently of very prominent women being killed like the recent one. I think it is this Olympic gold medalist lady Tirop or something like that. I don't remember her name very well. She was killed, possibly by her husband. We don't know yet because the information, the investigation is still underway. So what would you tell women who are going through violence? Should they stay in such marriages and wait to die, or they should either run away or seek help? What would be your advice as a daughter to a mother?
You know, some of these things, I will not side with the man, nor with the woman. But my point is, let me start with the man. What is, sir, why do you go and beat up? What takes you to beat up? Can't you just sit down and talk? Like, I am really thankful to God that I have never seen my parents beating up each other. And I believe that it will continue that way until God will add them life to see me success.
Thank you, Mama.
Like, what is wrong with you? Why go beat up the ladies? You just talk, have a talk. And the lady, why do you see a man beating you up and you just stay there? Why do you shrink? So you fight for your rights. You talk the first time, he doesn't listen. You talk the second time, he doesn't listen. Get out of the marriage. Whether you divorce or not, just find a place to get out of that area. You will get hurt and you will end up blaming other people.
So it is better to be alive so that you can take care of your children than to die and leave them suffer in the world.
Yeah, because if you leave your children, your husband bet you up, who will take care of your children? He will obviously bring another wife. And if he brings another wife, what next? Your children will suffer. That's obvious, because the stepmom will want another child from the husband. If she gets a child, she will love that child more, her blood child, more than
the other children.
So the other children will also get that why is it me? Why? So this issue should be addressed with no delay.
We have seen in the recent past a lot of violence towards women. Do you think Corona has contributed, or maybe it is still matters of culture or African culture, or what is your observation?
Corona hasn't brought too much of a man or a husband like violating the woman.
It has been there.
It has been there since I was a kid. You hear from the neighbors, like you will hear from the neighbors a woman shouting, "Please, achana na mimi." She is getting beaten up. At the end of the day, she'll still cook food. If I were you, and that
I would run for my life.
I won't even run first. You tell me to cook, I tell you know the way to the kitchen.
Yes.
If he starts beating me up, stop. You did not give birth to me. We are only related by papers. So you don't have any right of beating me. Then I run. Where will you find me? At the end of the day, if he is a good person, he will look for you. But if you want to know he's a bad person, there is nothing he will do. You find him sleeping with other women and he doesn't care.
As we finish, Nema, what do you advise young girls who in future, I know you are still young on matters marriage, but what do you advise young girls who think that it is better to marry a rich person so that you don't suffer, and yet you find that sometimes the riches make the men to actually really physically abuse the women because they look at them as social climbers? What would you advise them? Should they depend on the wealth of the man or work hard for their own wealth?
First of all, you run for someone's wealth. Where is yours? When you sign papers, it will show that half is yours, half is his. But when you come to the reality, the real sense, hakuna kitu yako, nothing is yours there. You only went empty-handed. You depend on him, you don't even look for a job. My friend, you will be left stranded on the way. He will either, even if he won't abuse you, you'll find him with another woman, or if you don't find him with another woman, he will leave you with, if you get pregnant you'll be left there like a madman. He won't give you food, or he will make you his housemaid, and you won't be getting food.
That's
so,
very
like,
sad.
there is this question a student from St. John's asked, like, if you're told to leave school, if a rich person comes and tells you leave school and come with me, what will you do? So like people were like, mimi naacha shule, I will leave school and go with him, as long as niko na riches, niko na kila kitu. I was like, why leave school? What if you go with that person, then after that he leaves you, he gets you pregnant and leaves you, what will you do? So like,
you have lost your education,
you've lost your education,
you have become pregnant,
your parents are very obsessed looking for you.
Yes.
They don't know where you are. What will you do? There is nothing you can do. You're a student. Follow what you followed in school. Like, I like this action of asking questions and answering them. Like, even if you create some time in class, you've read, you've done everything, you've created time, then that time which you've created, you talk about life hacks, life stories and all that. So you find that something was hurting them and they didn't want to say, but during that time you just find someone coming to you like, Dorcas, this and this and this, that's why that makes me fail. You'll try and convince that person to read.
Wow.
Like, there's this Form 2 girl, she has given birth to a girl,
and she's in school.
She claims it is a Pwani University student. No, ni boda boda, a motorcycle rider. You and you, what is your problem? Why do you go? You're told to remove your pants and you remove it. What is wrong with you?
So you advise girls that one of the ways of addressing gender-based violence is to make the right decisions from the word go.
Making right decisions from the word go. Apart from that, marrying a rich person is not a problem. But what do you have?
Exactly.
You should have something, at least that when he leaves you like this, akikuondokea, you will have something to depend.
In other words, your security is very important.
Security is the most important thing. Exactly. Wewe unaenda kwa mtu rich nini na uko na nyumba ya mawe, si nyumba ya mawe, uko na nyumba ya matope, na uko na baiskeli moja. Huyo akikotu utaenda.
That's very touching, Nema. Very educative, very helpful. Our news reporter, it's always good to have you, and I love the daughter-mother relationship and trying to use our relationship to inform people. And my last advice to women, gender violence is a reality. Run for your life before your life is taken away from you. A woman's dignity is human's dignity. A woman's dignity is God's dignity. God bless you. Until next time, this is Nema Temuko for Pwani Voice of the Voiceless and Dr. Dorcas Chebet Juma. Nema, say bye to the viewers.
The motto of this story is run for our lives.
Moral lesson?
Let's help fight gender-based
Based violence.
GBV.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
Bye.